All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, which is known as Babylon the Great, in the Holy Scriptures, the Bible. First, we want to say double honors to the elders of. First, we want to say all praises due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS and all the brothers doing the work in the spirit of truth and sincerity. And with that, we can get straight into to what it is flying around up in the air that the so-called white man calls a UFO.
Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roe. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roe.
I'll stop right there. All right, what do we have going on? In the ancient world, something's flying around, and Zechariah is about to describe what he saw. He's going to give you the dimensions of it, because something that was flying in the air, I believe, came down and landed. Did it come down and land in this? Or was it just in the air? These vehicles that the so-called white man calls a UFO are throughout the Bible. In the Exodus story, which we'll get to that, there was a UFO, or what the Bible has a name for, called the Chariots of Israel. These people on this sign, it's the Most High's Air Force to protect these people and to do work for them. Read on.
This is Psalms chapter 68 verse 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place.
What that's saying, to break that down, the Most High and his angels use vehicles known to the world as UFOs. All right? So the Most High could do what he wants. If he chooses to fly around in a vehicle that he made, then he could do that. He's got his own reasons for doing whatever he wants to do, because his thoughts are not your thoughts. The first thing to come out of your wicked mind, out of your heart, is, well, God doesn't need a UFO to fly around. That's right, he don't need a UFO to fly around. But if he chooses to do so, he can do whatever he wants. And apparently, he chose to do just that, because they're throughout the scriptures, and that's what we're going to speak on, lest the Spirit takes us in another direction.
This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them.
That would be us right here, because the angels are watching over us right now. When one of you demons get up enough courage to come up here, and Lord willing, we get the Spirit to stuff my fist down your throat, it's going to be the power of the angels coming upon your throat, not just me. Or if we get rushed up on, the angels are going to handle it. We have faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, so we fear no man or no demon coming up here trying to come up against these scriptures. So these chariots of the Most High, the chariots of Israel, have the ability to change form, to disappear, to cloak themselves, to look just like these clouds, to look like a bird flying by, a bunch of birds, that's a bunch of chariots. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what's before you. They're able to come into this dimension and out of this dimension.
And it's not too far-fetched, because Esau copied their tried to copy their technology with all their cloaking devices.
Exactly.
You know?
Like the brother said, Esau has chariots of his own. And
But they break down.
when you see a so-called UFO crash or a wreck, that's not one of the Most High. Because the Most High is perfect in his ways. So he's not going to have a mechanical failure. That would be one of this devil trying to be the Most High and failing. So his project crashes and burns.
Zechariah chapter 5 verse 2. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Now Zechariah is explaining what these chariots are. He didn't absolutely call it a chariot right there, but we'll get to that. He's telling you what it is and what it does. And we'll get to the function in a minute as well. But basically what I'm saying is the Bible is explaining what these craft are. And if you stick around long enough to hear, we'll bring out scripture after scripture, not just one scripture that I think is bringing out a chariot, but scripture after scripture that prove beyond the shadow of a doubt what these craft are in the holy scriptures, which is the truth. So this so-called white man don't want you to know what these craft are, so he calls it a UFO, the U standing for unidentified. Well, we're identifying it out of the scriptures right now. So it is identified. He knows, and I'm talking about these elite, not you peons down here that don't know a damn thing. He does know what it is. They are identified throughout the scriptures, as well as their function, and it tells you that they're against the thief, who is the so-called white man, which we'll get to. Because the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill. That's pointing at you Edomites. All fingers point to you Edomites as being the wicked, and you are the wicked. The border of wickedness. And we'll get to that. Got one?
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it.
Right. Zechariah is telling you the function of the chariots. He's telling you what they're here for. Read that again.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it.
Okay, now who's out stealing? Who's out stealing other people's land as we speak? Who is the thief? The thief is the one that's out stealing people's land, their natural resources. Who came to this land in 1492, stole this land from the so-called Mexican American and the Native American Indians, stole the land and stole all the gold and took it back to cathedrals in Spain? Who did that? Well, that would be the thief, would it not? Who is in Afghanistan right now, stealing the natural resources, which happen to be a poppy plant, and distributing those drugs throughout the world as we speak? Who went into Iraq, stole that land, put military bases all throughout that land as a precursor to go into all of the lands in the Arab area and launch their thievery and stealing of natural resources, as in oil? Who did that?
It's Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore thus said the Lord, Behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
Against what family? Against the family of you Edomites, the family of Esau, who was red, the original red man. You covet fields and take them by force. The force is your military. The UN is part of your military, who is in Syria right now. NATO is in Syria right now running operations to steal that land because they can't go into Iran without first subduing Syria. So they have to go over there, take that land, neutralize the Russians who are already there, those Edomites who have already done the same thing. They did the same thing in Iraq. They did the same thing in Afghanistan. They did the same thing in the so-called United States of America.
So 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
The mighty Lord sent the sword Esau on Syria. Right now, Esau is the Most High's sword, and he's in the land of Syria right now, along with the rebel Syrians coming against the government of Syria. That was a future prophecy that is now coming to pass, as will all the prophecies in the Bible. The ones that have already come forth are there for your edification, to know that all prophecies of the scriptures will come. None of these shall fail. They're all going to come to pass. And the future ones have yet to come. They will come to pass, because the Most High's word is his bond, as you so-called Negroes put it.
So Micah chapter 2 verse 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with the doleful lamentation, and say, We be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away he divideth our fields. Therefore thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord. Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy, they shall not prophesy to them, that they shall not take shame.
This Edomite, the so-called white man, is a vagabond. He has no home. He's basically a traveling salesman selling you lies that we're coming in to spread democracy, while really war is in his heart and he's out to steal your land, just like he did the Native American Indian. Well, we're going to have a peace treaty, and then in a month from now I'm going to break it. I'm going to come in and hand you smallpox blankets, and then wait till you go out to hunt and come and kill your, rape your women and kill your children and destroy your land. Take it for myself and take all the natural. We know there's gold over there.